Yo, what's up everybody and welcome back to the channel. So today I wanted to do a short brief video over 5 different settings that I think could really change the game for those of you that are new and potentially some of you who've been playing Diablo series for a while. However, this is really, I believe, going to be geared more towards the newer players to the game. And the first one that I really want to go over here is going to be show damage numbers. And now that is not because it's going to be, oh man, it's going to change so much. What it's going to do though is you're going to start having a lot more fun. Now, by default, I believe this is enabled. However, if this is not enabled for you, go change it right now. Right? You're going to have so much more fun. So as we see right here, show damage numbers enabled. All damage dealt by the player is displayed as floating numbers on the screen. Now, the reason this is going to make such a big change to your gameplay is because now you're going to be able to see the numbers that you're hitting. Oh man, I'm doing 1,000 here, 1,000 there. I got a new piece of gear. Now I'm doing 2,000. Now I'm doing 5,000. Next thing you know, you're looking at numbers that are 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, 200,000, right? And then you get some more gear, and now you're hitting for 5, 6, 7, 800,000, and then you're looking around, you're like, oh man, did I see a million? Did I really just see a million points in damage, right? But now you can see it. Now you've got it, right? And then you see that million number pop up again. You're like, oh man, look at me, I'm finally hitting in the millions. You can't do that if you don't have those numbers enabled, right? So really go ahead and change that option. You're gonna see, you're gonna have a lot more fun when you're playing your game now, because that's what Diablo's about. All right, so the next two that I want to talk about are gonna be advanced tool compare and advanced tool information, right? So we're just gonna go back into our options again. We're gonna head over to gameplay, and we're gonna check advanced tooltip compare and advanced tooltip information. Your tooltip compare enabled when comparing item tooltips, properties gained, lost, and changes to equip skills will be displayed. And then on advanced tooltip information, display information on tooltips such as property ranges, lucky hit chance on skills, and indicators as to whether modifiers are additive or multiplicative. Now, to understand what that means, let's go into our inventory. This is a piece of gear I just kept for the imprint on it at some point in time. But let's say I'm thinking of comparing this gear and I may want to equip it, right? So I'm looking at, hey, here's my amulet, right? So now the one that I'm wearing has 10.5 crit strike, bone skill, essence, 3 ranks of the evulsion. Okay, so if I want to put on the other one, I look down at the very bottom, I can see properties lost when equipped. Hey, if I put this on, I'm going to lose 19.6% essence cost reduction, 10% crit strike chance. Okay. Maybe the neck piece that I have isn't perfect, but then again, this is Diablo. You make do with what you can get. So on the amulet that we're looking at, right, then up there at the top where you look at the 3.3% willpower. Now you see that 3.3 rolled between a minimum of 2.1 and 5.1. So on that neck, you can get either between a 2.1 or 5.1% willpower. So I got a middle of the road roll on that. And then on the 5.1% total armor, the minimum roll would be 2.1 and the max roll would be 5.1%. Looks like I got really lucky and I got that 5.1% total armor there. So that's what those two tool tips are really going to do for you. Man, I can't talk today. It's really important to have those enabled, I think, because it's going to let you know, hey, I've got a good piece of gear, but is it a great piece of gear? I'm going to go ahead and equip it, and then now that I can see what those rolls are, when I get a great piece of gear, I can replace it. So definitely make sure you've got those two tool tips checked, and it's going to really help you out when you're picking your new pieces of gear. Alright, and to finish this video up, these last two are going to go hand in hand together as well. And that's going to be your monster health bars and forced move. Now, as you can see right here, we see our monster health bars. Now, this is pure preference. If you're like me and you don't have the best eyesight, you're getting old, you're doing the best you can to play the game, or if you're like me and you're colorblind, right? Things run together sometimes. So, for me, having these monster health bars always on. Now this is an option I've been playing with lately. Sometimes I have it always on, sometimes I have it off. I'm just trying to figure out what it is I really like. I think I'm starting to lean towards always having the monster health bar on. And then the other setting here is going to be forced move, right? So as we see, I can scroll the mouse and I have an exact precise, instead of just trying to click and get to where I want to be, or, you know, holding it down. Forced move is a really good one. What we're going to do here is we're going to go into our options. Oh, we're going to go into options, and this one's going to be under controls. So we'll see here we have forced move. We're going to keep on the first slot to scroll wheel up and the second one to scroll wheel down. And then you can also come down here and uncheck zoom on mouse wheel. And then that's what's going to enable you to use your mouse. So as we're trying to run through over here, you know, we can click through instead of trying to just struggle to get around, right? So now we're going to force our character to move through. So if we're wanting to move while on foot, we can scroll through. If we're wanting to move, we're going to end up just attacking, right, by clicking. So by using the scroll wheel, we can run around. We can, well, he's stuck up there against the wall, but you get the picture there. So the other option on the, where is it? Right here. I think it's under gameplay. I should probably have this edited properly, but we're going to go ahead because this is real world. This is how things work. Monster health bar, always on. You do have a couple options. It can show when you hover over it. It could be always on or always off. I'm going back and forth between the hover and the always on. I think I may just stick to the always on because it just makes it a whole lot easier to see the enemies, where they're at. Let's see if we can find another. There you go, right there. So now as you're approaching, if you don't have the best eyesight like me again, you know, you can see them from a distance. You can see as they all spawn. Oh, hey, look, you know, they're still alive. Or more so a locator as to where they're at. But yeah, really, that's going to sum up the video. I don't really have any more tips on this one. Hopefully maybe I'll come up with some more and we'll put together another video and we'll publish that as well. But anyway, everybody, thank you for joining. Y'all have a wonderful afternoon and take care.